Hi, Janelle.
Wow, queen.
Hi, Jason.
Hi. Oh my goodness, it is so great to have you here. Welcome to the Secret Alliance podcast.
So excited.
Thank you.
We really didn't want to see you this soon in the season, though, Janelle. And fans,
Oh.
they didn't either.
Oh, I know. It's okay, though. I mean, I knew when they called me in March, I was like, oh. I mean, I hate to say no, but I was like, this is going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
I was hoping there was going to be players like Danielle Reyes there that I could connect with and obviously work with, because I didn't get a chance to work with her. Yeah. There was not a lot of old schoolers, really.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of difficult. So I'm sure your kids, because Violet, Stella, and Lincoln, what were their reaction when they saw mommy play for the first time?
Oh, so they're still a little bit young to be obsessed, obviously, but their older friends in the neighborhood, like the 12-year-old girls, are like freaking out right now. Like they're freaking out. Violet's just like, it was really cool to see you on TV, but she's so busy with horseback riding and cheer, so
doing
she's just
thing.
like, oh, gosh, yeah.
Yeah. And wait, is she the one who did the TikTok dance that then got retweeted?
She's like the little dancer by Cardi B.
I know. What?
I mean, Janelle, that just proved your queen status when Cardi B weighed in.
Okay. I was just like, is this, like, honestly, yes, I lost All Stars, but Cardi B retweeted me, so who's winning? I mean, seriously, it's like amazing.
That is such a cool thing to have happen. Well, this season we talked about, there were fans of Janelle that kind of dubbed the term fanelles or fanelles. Do you like that? Do you like that name?
Fanelles. Oh, that's old. That's from BB7.
Oh, see? I don't even remember that. All right, going back.
Yeah, the fanelle comes from the duck that Will named for me in the house, the pink duck. And I sold it on eBay for charity or something, and like that was like this big website with all my fans, and everything was pink. Yes, that is from 2006.
Okay, all right. So taking us way back there.
Way back.
Well, fans have the fanelles have a lot of questions for you, but most importantly, I mean, I feel like on my season, Dani, you were the queen of BB3. And so you had a few things that you wanted to get to the bottom of on this current All-Star season as we chatted with Janelle.
Shall we, Janelle?
Yes.
So, first of all, I didn't watch Amazing Race. I stopped watching Amazing Race after the Boston Rob and Amber finale issue when they stopped the plane and opened the door, and I was like, I'm done with Amazing Race.
Yep. Yeah.
So we need to clear the air. So I know you as a player, Janelle, because honesty, loyalty is very important to you. And when you realize players are not honest or they're deemed liars, you're pretty cautious about that. But what happened on Amazing Race that caused you not to trust Nicole F?
So that was just the backstabbing to Rachel Riley. She completely turned on her. We had a Big Brother alliance, and she was the first one to breach that trust and backstab Rachel.
Right.
But it goes back further than that. So probably 2014 or 15, I shared a room with Nicole. I was her roommate at Give Kids the World, the charity that I do every year. And I was also rooming with two other women. And those two other women were Amanda Zuckerman and Becky from season 17 or whatever.
Right.
Nicole, I didn't know at the time. I hung out with Amanda. I was very nice to her. Like, you know, let's do this, that. But I was like very into hanging out with Amanda and Becky because I just get along with them better. So we did tons of stuff. We had dinners, whatever. Well, before I did Amazing Race, Dani Donato texted me and said, I heard you're doing the race. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, Nicole hates you. And I was like, why? And she said, because she says you mistreated her at Give Kids the World and you didn't give her any attention. And she feels threatened by you. And I was like, oh, that's really weird. I was like, okay, well, we need to squash this right now because I'm competing with this girl in the Amazing Race. And I told my partner, Brittany, and Brittany's like, I'll handle it because she's the social butterfly. She's like, I will be your best friend. She will not even be able to target you. So that's what Brittany did for me. Dani Donato told me that Nicole hated me because she felt like insecure with me. Like she was just like, her and Amanda are just too bitchy or something. I don't even know what she said, but like Danielle Donato told me everything. So I was like, oh wow. And it was just really weird. I was like, that's so weird, because I definitely took pictures with her. I thought I gave her enough attention, but apparently it wasn't enough.
That's interesting. And people don't understand, Amanda is in real estate just as like you are. So I can understand you guys two vibing.
We just clicked immediately. I was like, boom, like I'm hanging out with Amanda Zuckerman. Like, this is my girl. And I think Nicole was like, why aren't you hanging out with me?
I get it. That makes sense. Well,
yeah.
Then so right there, some tensions made. So you're going in the house, you know how she played in previous season. She backs that a little. And so people don't know that Janelle takes that to heart, right? So I know it's difficult when you like, and I remember one thing I do remember, Nicole, my goodbye speech, you said, you didn't lie one time. I was like, I didn't. I really tried to be honest.
I don't know why I'm one of those super like old school players. Like, my word is my word. Like, if I give you my word, like I'm not breaking it. Like, you literally won't be able to, I can't do it. So it's just so annoying.
All right. And then you got her invitation. Obviously, you're not going to the wedding.
Not going, no.
One Twitter fan suggested you signing the invitation and auctioning it off for the charity event.
Yeah, Give Kids the World here in Orlando.
Yeah, I
think that's a great idea.
If I can give $25,000 to Give Kids the World, that would be my goal. That would be amazing. Like, I would love it. So yeah.
And Janelle, I'm here in Orlando, and they're right down the road, and they do such good work. And I'll help you figure out a way to do that. I'll just help you with a fundraiser or whatever you want to do, because they need it right now. They're hurting. They've had to close their doors temporarily. Yeah, they can't grant wishes. Okay, so I love this. And that's what's great about you and why people love you so much. And you are the queen. Do you think that, Janelle, you brought it up a minute ago, the old school way of playing, like Danielle and I played on season 3, like you played in those early seasons. Is this new school group really messing up the game?
Well, they are, because it's herd mentality. It's kind of like, I would pass things by Bay, and she was like, I don't really know. And I wanted to work with Bayleigh so bad, but she wasn't willing to do anything to go against the house, to get the same with Devon. Like, I was like, let's do this. Let's make a game move. It will benefit you.
Yes.
Please. And it was like, well, we're a little bit nervous about that, and we're a little bit scared because of this and X and X. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Everyone was so afraid to do anything, even though they knew it was a good game move for them, which is so frustrating.
I bet. I mean, that's hard when you're like, look, we can make a change. Let's do this. And no one wants to do that. And it's so weird, because I heard that started, I think maybe on Big Brother 15, when they go, it's what the house wants. And I'm like, what is that crap?
Who is the house? What's the house?
Who is the house?
Asking, what's the house?
It's an individual game. Like, I mean, there's so many things to consider. I get it, week 1, maybe, yes, but it is All-Stars. So we already know how we each play. So there's good things, you know what I mean? Like, I think keeping Keisha was so good for so many people in the house. And then week 2, keeping Nicole A, like, David's working with the other side. Like, the guy told you he's in an alliance, Davon.
Oh my
What
gosh.
is going on through your mind, girl?
So frustrating. Speaking of Nicole A, have you guys spoken since you've been at the house?
I haven't. No, I've just been so busy.
All right. Nicole, I would say that it was so moving to see you really trying to help her in that house. Yeah. And, I mean, she brought you to tears. I'm like, oh my God. There's something wrong in the cosmos.
Like, are you okay? And I'm like, I just, I think things change once you become a mom too. I was just like, I just felt so bad, because she thought I was like this mastermind, like that I betrayed her. And I was like, you don't know me, I guess. And that's what really hurt, because it was like my character. And I was like, no, like I would never do that.
No, you would never do that.
Janelle, why do it seems like the women, and even some of the men, but a lot of the women, particularly in season 22, feel like you are this mastermind, and they can't align with you. What happened there?
I think they're scared of me. I think younger people, and no, nothing against Gen Z in general, but Gen Z is so like scared, nervous. I was raised differently. I come from a divorced family. I was like literally grinding at age 15. So
right.
I might be a little bit harsh for them, and like they're not used to an independent woman that speaks her mind and that is just like strong. They're just not used to it. So it makes them a little nervous.
If you could put a couple other players in that house instead of some, who would you have liked to have walked in?
We know Brittany. We know Brittany.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We know Rachel.
Yes. Listen, I've got my.
You had your dream cast for season 22?
Of course, but they're all pregnant or won't do the show, you know. So,
Jessica.
Yes. Dream cast have been Jessica Graff, Vanessa, Rachel, Brittany, even Liz and Julie and Nolan.
Whoa, okay.
Well, Danielle Reyes.
Sure.
I'm trying to think who else. I mean, that's kind of who I'd want.
And so weird because the Janelle from the past always aligned with males, right? But this, you're saying, hey, I really wanted to like bring some power fellow queens in there to run the show. And I think if that would have been done, it would have been a scary moment, right? For the guys 100%. There.
The guys are terrified of me, and they should be, because I was 100% going after them.
For sure.
And it's difficult because I just don't know if the other girls will wake up and go after them. They're so scared.
So scared. Just drives me crazy.
I know.
What are you thinking for your partner in season 22 and for all the seasons preceding that that you played with Kaysar? What are you thinking for him and feeling for him now that he is there all alone?
I feel horrible for Kaysar.
Yeah.
I think, the odds are terrible, obviously. I think in BB6, what we had, like 10 on 2, which is fine. BB7, maybe 12 on 2, but this one we had like 14 on 2. So like the odds get worse.
And it's so stressful because you guys were so close to winning HOHs, Janelle. And I was biting my nails because I just wanted to happen so bad.
Yeah.
I do find it interesting because when I saw you and Kaysar basically reconnecting, you were trying to give him advice because normally when you think of the Sovereign Six, Kaysar was kind of the leader of the group.
Yes.
But because of you've done so many seasons and you know the gist of the game, I know oftentimes you would get frustrated with Kaysar like, no, stop it, listen to me. Be quiet. And he gets so amped up. And I always talk about how his head gets so big when he won the one competition. It was so funny. And he's like, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And
like, we're gonna blow up the house. I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna blow up our games too, but
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
My goodness.
There's no stopping Kaysar when he gets excited about the game.
So you indicated that you and Dani are good friends. Obviously, she gave you the heads up, Nicole Franzel, before you went on Amazing Race. Now that you're out of the house, are you shocked by Dani's behavior?
I am, because obviously, like, I was friends with Dani before we did season 20, but like there's something weird going on, and I do believe it's because of Nicole Franzel. Like they have something going on, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Is there pregame between those two, you think?
100%. Yeah. That's her best friend. Nicole Franzel and Danielle are best friends. That's how I found out about that whole Amazing Race thing and like all that drama.
Thank you.
And Brittany was like, just so you know, like they are best friends. Like they tell each other everything. And even Danielle has admitted to me, yeah, Nicole Franzel is probably like one of my best friends, you know, Big Brother wise. But
yet she doesn't tell her best friend about the Hinky vote, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, are you all caught up, Janelle?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even caught up. I'm not caught up on anything.
She's like, I got kids. Okay. I got a real estate business.
Oh my God, it's just insane. So no, I'm not caught up on anything.
Okay. Well, the fanelles want to know about your skincare routine. So they don't want to take it into even the game anymore. They're just like, how do you look so great after watching you for 15 years on television?
Well, the same thing could be said about you, Danielle.
Thank you. Thank you.
She does.
So I obviously use SPF. I don't go in the sun. I always moisturize morning, afternoon, and night. I use my skincare oils. I use like high-end luxury products, and then I get, like once a year I do like a laser resurfacing peel where they literally like burn my skin off, and there's this new baby skin that emerges. Obviously, definitely a fan of Botox. Do a little bit of
you look at this picture from your rap party, season 6. No, I don't know when that was. Howie's in there. That's me trying to peek in. There's Dani.
I remember that moment. Yes.
We had so much fun.
Yeah, sorry, that picture's terrible.
The party's on the lot.
But you look the same. Exactly. Yes. That's awesome.
My skincare, I just use Neosporin on my eyes. What? Yeah, that's it.
No, I use a ton of shit. Like I've got like eye creams. I've got like all this stuff. I've got just acid, and there's just so much.
Oh my
beautiful
gosh.
Stuff. All right,
hey, Janelle, fans really do love your relationship with Kaysar, and they want to know if you could put it in just a few words. What's your favorite thing? Why do you guys work so well together? And we love watching it. What do you think it is about your relationship?
You know, our relationship's very organic and happened naturally in the Big Brother house. And I've never met anyone like Kaysar in my life. So I was drawn to him because he was different than me, and he was super loyal and trustworthy. So those were the things that drew me to him initially. And I think what keeps our friendship so strong is that he's like that one person in the house that you can trust 100%. You can tell him anything and he's got your back. So.
Okay.
Well, that's awesome. We know we're running short on time because you've got a date lined up.
One more question.
Yes, Dani, get in there.
So I've always told people I want to play Survivor so bad. Yeah. I mean, I really do. Yeah. And Janelle, you just told me you got cream for morning, noon, night, brunch, whatever. You gonna do Survivor out there with no cream, girl?
So I've already been planning that. If they do ask me, I'm going to do a laser pill before, and as long as I have SPF, I'll be okay.
You're okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I love it.
I mean, if you and I are out there, we're going to be funky together. It's no deodorant. It's going to be bad, girl.
Like flossing their teeth with these like sticks and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God.
It's going to be so bad.
You got to do what you got to do out on the island for 39 days. Hey, there's $1 million prize here. Who is going to win Big Brother 22? As you look at the game, Janelle, from being inside it and now stepping out, who's positioning themselves? If you had to make a prediction today that you think will carry to the end, I know it's tough.
I think Memphis.
That's a good call.
Okay.
I think Memphis will do well because he does a good job of playing both sides of the house.
Yep.
And he played me and I believed him. So I gave that information to Bayleigh. If there's anyone in the house besides Kaysar you can trust, it's Memphis, which is not the truth.
Not the truth.
But Bayleigh probably I was like, you can trust Memphis. I trust him. And she's like,
it's so strange because he played with Dan, and people don't give him credit for being a little snaky,
And a really good player.
He's an excellent player. I mean, really,
absolutely.
Really good.
All right. Well, Janelle,
okay. And then
we can check back in with you at some point later in the season, though, to get some insight. Once you've settled into getting the family back to routine and you've watched some episodes. But Dani, you ended up here.
One last thing. If you were to ask to do Big Brother again, maybe a Legends shorter season, would you come back?
Shorter season, yes. If you would do it, if Brittany would do it, if some of the strong women would do it.
I hear you, girl. I hear you.
Like you, Rachel, Brittany, I'm in. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And
the Trinity Alliance right there.
The pre-gaming begins for BB Legends. Oh, I'm watching that. Janelle, thank you so much. This
you can come
awesome.
too, Jason. I'm just saying.
I know. But 40s, like, it's different now than when I was in my 20s playing that game.
But it'd be fine. We'll all have been
engaged. Do you remember how much I used to sleep, Danielle?
Pardon me?
Do you remember how much I used to sleep in the house?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you get older, your sleep gets messed up. So I slept less and it made my body like weaker and weaker and weaker.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When you're in your 20s, you can just sleep constantly and be fine with waking up and going to bed at weird hours. Like I was not. I was like, I'm literally exhausted.
Oh no, guys, we've become the old guy or girl on our season now. That's us.
We are the old people.
Terrible news, All right, thank you so much.
So good to see you, Janelle.
Continued success. It's awesome to see you
both.
All right. And we're going to do great things for Give Kids the World here, Janelle. We love that.
Totally.
We'll take you up on it.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
We got everything, Dani.
All the tea. That tea was good. It was chai tea, y'all. Sweet.
You know what? No, I didn't even know what all the tea meant until pretty recently. That's, Dani, how we're dating ourselves. If we're the old BB players or the new BB players.
I knew the tea. I got all the tea.
It was so good. Was there
so
anything that surprised you about that? Because we'd heard some rumors, there were pieces, but she was able to kind of put it all together for us and link it.
So what was interesting about the conversation was there was rumors that Rachel called her and said, don't trust Nicole F and blah, blah, blah. And I know Janelle as a player. I know loyalty and trust is important to her. So I wanted her to share what happened on Amazing Race, what happened. And when it all broke down, that she gets a call from Dani saying, Nicole F hates you. She's like, what? And then, so that explained everything, why she was so gung-ho about Nicole based on her past experience watching her and based on what happened on Amazing Race. So it made sense for Janelle to have reservations about Nicole F. So I'm glad she spilled all that good tea. Boy, that was good.
It was so good.
Boy.
Yeah. And I love that she's doing something great, auctioning off that necklace, trying to help out a charity here in Central Florida. It is such a great thing. Give Kids the World. We talked about it probably in our first episode because it's where I've met a lot of these reality show contestants, and they do such good work for these kids with terminal illnesses, and they brought their families here. And I'll tell one quick story about when I was sold on this place. Before ever being a part of charity events or anything, we had a family come in, and they came to talk about Give Kids the World and about this charity event. And they said, we've moved here from Canada. Our little girl was on a wish trip and stayed at Give Kids the World. And it wasn't long after that trip that she passed away. And they were like, that was our last moment with our daughter and this last time that we were all together. And that is the story that you hear over and over and over again about these volunteers and why they get involved. And I'm like, sign me up. I want to be part of what Give Kids the World is doing to help raise money to do such good work.
I'm going to have to dig in because I'm sure I got a suitcase of some old Big Brother memorabilia somewhere, and I am going to dig and find and give what I can for this organization. Yeah. I actually want to be a part of this event.
It's fun too, Dani. I mean, you know, for us alumni of reality TV.
Right. And once the pandemic ends and it gets back to that, I am going to be so down for this event and this organization. So I'm just as excited as you are, and I'm going to do my best to help them out as best I can.
My old Big Brother 3 bag is still here at the house. It's moved with me from all kinds of places, in Alabama to LA to Virginia to Florida now. And I've got it at a few of the t-shirts that we won in a competition and some other stuff that Big Brother was just junking things that we'd used in competitions.
Right.
But I have it. We'll put it in there in the mix. So Give Kids the World can try to do something with it. Maybe a little BB3 swag bag.
A little swag bag.
As seen on television. Okay. Here's what we need to tell everybody watching the Secret Alliance podcast. You better subscribe so you don't miss anything like this to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We even have TikTok. My little brother's little girl is helping run that. So little brother is who came up kind of with this idea and talked. I was like, yeah, I'd love to do this because he goes, you and Dani talk about the show every year. Yeah. Make it happen where we can all watch it. And so that's what the podcast became. So make sure you're subscribing to the Secret Alliance. And you can also find our website and get some more information, all that good stuff. So that's important. We're going to release these videos all the time, but we got to talk about the drama that's happening in Big Brother 22 right now. Janelle's not even caught up because she got pushed out on Thursday night. So here we stand. A couple of spoilers in here. So we just want to let you know, if you haven't seen the Wednesday night episode, we're going to spoil a few things for you.
So here it comes.
But we've got an Enzo, H-O-H, and he has nominated, Dani, we've got Kevin and Kaysar. The only maybe surprise was Kevin being nominated. We didn't know who he'd put up there, but no surprise from Kaysar. It's becoming very predictable for those guys.
Yeah, it's like he's so weak. It's just like, why are you going after him? He has no support. It's such a waste of an HOH for me, quite frankly. I know as a player, a lot of things when you decide who's going to win the game, a lot of that stuff I always take into consideration. Were you chicken or did you make moves? And Enzo's being a chicken.
Oh, she is calling him out. You heard it there. Enzo's being a chicken with the Chicken George picture down. So here's what happened as of the power of veto. We just found out that the veto competition happened. And here's another spoiler. Kevin one veto and has saved himself.
Good.
He saved himself.
Good.
Now,
I just wanted, to stir the pot. Give me some excitement. So I'm glad he won it. So good.
So,
I wanted Kaysar to win, but
sure. If you can't have that, at least there's something changing. It's not just going as planned for the guys in control there. But as Kevin pulled himself off, Enzo put up, dun, 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 a player that appears to be a pawn and a player who volunteered. Christmas.
Someone volunteered to go on the block?
Christmas is sitting next to Kaysar right now. And, it's interesting. We just talked about her, Dani, and we said, oh, right. Is she still in this house and being pretty quiet? And we talked about Memphis, too, the last time. And it's interesting to hear from Janelle being in that house going, that guy, she predicts, could win this game. So Christmas is now up on the block next to Kaysar. And she volunteered. Yeah, she had a discussion. And she said, I'll go up as a pawn.
Why would you do that? Who volunteered?
Don't go on the block.
Don't ever go on the block. I nominated James on the block, but I had to. But you never volunteered.
We won't talk about that.
We won't talk about that. But what I'm saying is, why would she volunteer? Because the house can flip at any given moment. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, when blood's in the water, those sharks are ready to eat. And I'm surprised no one, if that's the case, then I have to sit back as a player and see, can I flip the script? But can you flip it in such a way that it doesn't hurt you, right?
Yeah.
So, I hate to say this, but a lot of times players, when they play the game, they always go, we should do this. We should do this. What was unique about me was I will always just ask a question. I said, is this the way to go? Kaysar is kind of weak. I'll do whatever you want, which Tony did in Survivor when he won Winners at Worlds. He said, I'll do whatever you want, but let's talk about it. So sometimes
what do you think?
It's good to ask those questions without implying that you want it done, but to see if they can come to their own conclusion. So they should get Christmas out, but they won't, because they're all chickens and they all got those alliances going on. So I don't know what's going on.
For the big group, and especially those four guys who appear to be so solid in an alliance, Enzo's team that's broing out. Mm-hmm. With Enzo, Cody, Memphis, and why am I forgetting our third? Tyler in there, of course. Well, I'm not forgetting Tyler because he's such a fan favorite. But the four of them, they're so solid. And then with Dani Donato in the mix and Nicole Franzel, that is strong for them to keep Christmas because she is part of what they're doing. But if Kaysar can somehow flip this script and say, this is the pecking order, and you're way down on the list. So it's time to pay attention to where you are on this list, everybody. Let's get Christmas out, and you move up higher onto my team, my list for some of these other players. Kevin's now maybe a little bit more of a free agent. David, the wild card, the who knows. And our Twitter account is having a little fun with his Twitter account, because he's commissioning stick figure drawing. So we did our own David stick figure drawing. On the last episode, it's the little cover of the podcast.
Oh,
check
David.
It out. Make sure
God, he makes my head hurt. God bless him.
But there are some people you could rally together. But I will tell you this. I listened to Taryn on the Rob as a podcast summary a couple of days ago, and he was talking about people always try to get that one vote to stay. And if I can get 4 votes or 5 votes, but he's like, you really, at this point in the game, and he made a really good observation. That's why I'm giving him credit here. You have to turn that big alliance in your favor to stay. So is there a way for Kaysar to shift the thinking of this group and say, hey, you got to get rid of Christmas now? Is there anything that he could do? Could he make the women in that group, though? No, like Danielle Donato and then Nicole, a little concerned about having a female in the group who's stronger than them, who can potentially win more competitions. Like, can she, be a way for Kaysar to get back in and say, this is a strong woman? I don't know. I don't want to see another lady leave the house. But
Nicole, with the thing with Nicole Franzel and the Janelle drama, Nicole F is not going to let Kaysar stay because she automatically going to assume Kaysar's going to go after her. And if Janelle spilled the tea that Dani and Nicole F are BFFs, then he cannot win Dani or Nicole F. Period.
And I think on that note, we got to wrap it up because you're right. Nicole F is going to get in the ears of the Alliance, and they are saying, nah, bye-bye.
Bye.
To Kaysar. No, that's Backstreet Boys.
Is that
Dani, we're showing how old school we really are.
I'm New Edition.
We better go. Oh, New Edition. That's really old school.
Y'all don't know nothing about that. That's good stuff right there.
It's great stuff. Bye, Dani. Love you, my friend. So dumb.
So stupid. I love
All
you
right.
so much.
I love
Bye-bye.
you, Dani. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.